Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. Today's mod is another weapon mod. This is the AKM complex, but this is the version that's the AKM only. And it says it's got new sounds. But this mod is pretty big for one gun. But it's a really dope gun, I'm going to promise you. So to watch the whole video, it's a dope gun. We crafted here at the chemistry section. It's got its own section here at the bottom. For me, it says weapon AKM. This mod weighs in at 151 megabytes. So it's pretty big. Alright, relatively large. We're going to craft the base version of it ourselves because I've already crafted one, but it's already kind of like pimped out. I just kind of want to show what it shows off. Like default, we got this one. And then the base one, it shoots .308 ammunition. Looks like an AKM here. Looks like an AK, right? It's got some unique animations here, maybe. It's got really good sounds. The new sounds that it describes here are very wonderful. Got a unique reload there, too. Obviously, it's got lots of heavy kicking recoil, but it does a lot of damage, too. This thing hits. Nice AK iron sights. It's probably part of the reason why AK is one of my favorite guns ever, is because the iron sights are just so goddamn fucking clean. But it's just easy to shoot things with them. It does look very nice, so I like to look at this weapon a lot. So, if we take this weapon, well, I guess quickly, before we show off, we'll show off this version I've made. This is with an integral suppressor, big 71 round drum mag, but with smaller ammunition. This is currently shooting the .38 ammunition. With 150 rate of fire, and it's got explosive rounds. Just to show off some variety of the stuff we can do here right off before we even get into it here. So we're going to take this other AKM, and maybe we'll show off some of the variety we can do here. So, you can do your receiver here. Obviously, you kind of want to go down the bottom for milled parts, which allows it to increase the damage to the maximum, right? I think there's no reason never not to do that, no matter what build you're doing with that. The receiver should always be the milled one, right? But you have the AKM barrel by default. You can make a compact barrel, as it shows off there. It's the AK S74U, so like your wooden furniture, tiny submachine gun style barrel. We can make that kind of a whole thing. You got different grips. Obviously, you probably want to go all the way down to the bottom all the time. It's the best recoil control if you have the gun nut for it. So by default, it's a 7.62 x 39 millimeter 30 round magazine, which is .38 ammo converted for Fallout terms and stuff, right? But you can do a 20 round version of the mag. You also get less capacity, but it reloads faster, right? So it might be good for the submachine gun build. You can do 40 round versions of that mag. You get 5.56 rounds, which is a slight reduction in damage, but it increases the rate of fire from like 113 here to 122. So it's like it's a slight trade-off, right? Depends on what you want to do with it. Then you can do 10 millimeter ammunition, which is kind of interesting. That's where we get that maximum crazy rate of fire. You could do a big, 308 75 round magazine. You could do a 60 round 5.56 magazine, a 71 round .38 magazine, which you showed off in the explosive one, and that's a lot of different options here. If you wanted to, you probably put like the 10 millimeter barrel on there for like a submachine gun style thing. You have iron sights and alternate iron sights. Lots of scopes, vortex reflex sight. We can kind of take a look at some of these scope pictures here so you guys get the idea. Like a lot of modern looking scopes, lots of reflex sights, more reflex sights. The Cobra Reflex sight, that's a nice looking one. I guess we'll throw a Cobra on there just to say we did. You get flash hiders, compensators, muzzle brakes, all reducing recoil, but reducing range. As you see here, my range is awful too. If I put the suppressor on there, I literally have, well, this oil filter suppressor obviously is very bad too. But it reduces the range by a lot. I have negative 11 range. So you really couldn't hit anything, because that's not going to affect how the bullets actually travel and stuff. It's talking about the range stat means that like in that. So heavy suppressor, all those things. I think we're just going to leave it at the range we got now. You can also change the reticle. We have A on right now. We'll show that off later. You got armor piercing rounds. We showed off that there's high explosive rounds, depleted uranium rounds to do radiation damage, incendiary rounds to light things on fire, higher pressure rounds, which increases the rate of fire to even stupider, but it reduces damage. It does increase range, though, so maybe we'll throw that out on there for a little submachine gun style thing. Better damage with less accurate rounds, the duplex rounds, heavy rounds. Just increases the weight of the gun, and you do more damage. The high velocity rounds, better range, reduced damage. We could probably put that on there too. Actually, it might be the best way to do that, high velocity rounds, so that way we could shoot them very far, but still keep the 150 rate of fire without maximizing that shit. Because like you're looking at the high pressure rounds, 35 range. You're not going to hit anything in VATS very far away. Hollow point reduces range, increases damage. Fragmenting rounds. Severe damage and bleeding. They cause bleed rounds, and then armor piercing rounds, which reduce you know, target's damage resistance as you're shooting it. So that's some of the best parts about this mod. You can also put a flashlight or a laser sight on there. We'll put the flashlight on first. So you could do a full wooden stock here. You could do a skeletal stock. It's lighter, but, you know, worse recoil control, folding stock. LMG stock. You can put no stock on there. Significantly lighter marksman stock, lightweight stock. You know, your options. Recoil control versus weight. We're going to put no stock on there because we're doing the submachine gun thing. You can put a bipod on there. This obviously doesn't make any sense for our kind of like AK-74U submachine gun style build, but you can obviously do damage modifiers on it too. You can make it all the way plus 500% damage and make it super overpowered. I think this is still good as it is. 10mm like style SMG. We have a Cobra sight here with no stock. That recoil do be crazy on the high rate of fire we got going on here. I can control it. To be fair, that first time was me not controlling it. You can fire in like short bursts here. I don't think you're never going to need more than that as it is anyway, right? And you know, you get a small like compact SMG with a nice looking Cobra sight, right clear. But you may not want maybe the maximum rate of fire crazy kind of submachine gun style gun that I've made here. We'll kind of make our most like AK style AK here. We'll definitely use this one with the integral suppressor and the super high rate of fire, you know, suppressed and all that shit. But like, so we still want milled parts. Like I said, this is the best receiver. You just put that on no matter what. But you can put like an RPK barrel on there. You can make this like a big ass fucking LMG. So maybe we'll do that as a style. You still want the ergonomic grip. You want like a big mag, right? With the heaviest, biggest bullets you can do, which I believe is actually the 7.62 right here, the 75 round mag. Maybe we put a little bit bigger sight on there. 4 times might be too big. Like a hollow, maybe we'll put a little hollow sight on there. We could put like, you could put a suppressor on here, I guess, if you really wanted to, because especially now that you got range, a heavy suppressor does increase range too. So if you want to do that type of thing, we'll just keep the reticle style as A. Heavy rounds maximize damage or something, right? Increased weight, we don't care, it's an LMG, right? Like, and then we'll put the, I guess we didn't show off the flashlight yet, so we have to show that off. And then you want like a, well, there's like a specific field LMG stock, right? You know, and we could put a bipod on, because technically you probably have a bipod when you have a big LMG style weapon here, like an RPK, because that's where the AK is so flexible, right? And then we have like no recoil. I'm not controlling it. It's not no recoil, but look how slowly that's going up for how many rounds you're dump trucking into everything. Right? If I wanted to control that recoil, it just stays down. And we just unload on things. The rate of fire still stays high. Well, obviously, this is a big, heavy type version of the weapon. Let's show off that flashlight works like the flashlight works, okay? Just want to make sure very clearly I remember to do that. But yeah, we can make an RPK style LMG version of the AK as well. You can make it into a sniper. You can do all kinds of things with this mod, and you definitely have plenty of options, especially with all the different round variety. It's definitely up there in terms, for me, in terms of like best AR mods, because there's just so much stuff you can do. Shirt is huge, but it's the only one you're going to need, and it has some of the best sounds. I really don't want the heavy suppressor though, because I really, really like the sounds on this. We'll show off a couple different more customization options. So like obviously you have like the integrated suppressor here, which does significantly reduce range and stuff. And you need sneak to craft that. But you can do like a PSL barrier here, which requires a sniper perk. Makes it more like a Dragunov, right? Because the AK map is like such a modular platform. Let's just do a different sight here though. Probably like an optical scope, maybe like a 3, you know, maybe we do some long range shooting with it. Obviously these are just gonna probably function as like scope. We'll put that on though, just to show that off. I think heavy rounds is the way. We'll put a laser sight on there, dude, just in case we have to hit fire at close range. The bipod's on. Doesn't do anything as far as I know. Better recoil control at the cost of mobility, so you move slower. It's fine. We're doing an LMG kind of build here thing. That should be fine. I did want to take, as a reminder, the suppressor off, even though we're going to lose range for that. Maybe we'll get like the heavy muzzle brake, the maximum recoil control on our big long range LMG. The 4x scope does kind of look like the see-through scope kind of thing. I mean, you're just raining fire down in a fucking raider camp. I don't like scopes that are this big. This is my personal preference. But we're going to go test a couple of these variants off. We're going to test the small, explodey, super high fast fire rate SMG integral suppressor version, which has horrible range. I'll show that off. And then we'll show off the big long range LMG style version. Obviously, you can still make a sniper Dragunov style version. You can make a regular AKM. You can do all kinds of things with this. But I'll show off a couple of the variants that I have crafted here just to give you guys an example. And I'll show them off in some combat in just a second, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright everybody, we're here outside Diamond City. This is our my Zombies Arena arcade mode mod. I did want to show off real quick here. This RPK style LMG AKM is very slow. We're moving quite slowly here. So if I switch off of that one to my little short one here, you can see how much faster I'm moving just in that. Like, it does make a huge difference. We have made ourselves super slow. It's called an RPK2 in the menu, which is kind of nice. So we'll hop up in here. We're going to maybe go fight some gunners or something. We'll go to Super Duper Mart because it's a classic. But we're going to be nice and slow. We're just going to shoot things as we see them with this kind of RPK build. We'll shoot some gunners, sure. Obviously, with a laser sight for hipfire. I just went with I like a nice iron sight like this. This is kind of my preference. We get the reverb of the Super Duper Mark. And we just kind of waste bullets at people. Like, I know you're vaguely in there. It's good enough for me. And then we'll reload. The reload is still quite quick for having essentially 75 round capacity. Just looking to see what these guys have. You have laser pistols and shit? You're trying to come up with laser pistols? We are quite slow though. But it doesn't matter. Like, this is like, if you put, like I said, like a long range scope on here, you absolutely can just rain fire down on encampments and stuff, right? Like, essentially whole bases of gunners or raiders or whoever you're fucking with can get absolutely annihilated by this. There should be some more over here. No? Where'd the rest of my gunners go? In here? Let's do some bat shots on deck. Obviously, the bat's accuracy is very good here because we've kind of made it a long barrel, which has increased our accuracy. We're hitting 90s. I mean, headshots for 60 is still pretty good. I mean, we missed both of them, but that's fine. You're in there somewhere. I don't need to see. You think I need to see? Shoot you? I don't. Okay. That's wave one down. That's our RPK version of the build. We got, well, it's technically still called an AKM, but more like an AK-74U suppressed. So maybe crouched even, sneaky style. But we got explosive rounds, so it's not actually going to be very sneaky when we start shooting anyway. 71 round, .38 ammunition, so it's like the cheapest, lightest ammunition in the game, but it's doing plenty of damage with explosive rounds involved. So wait for the gunners to spawn. We're going to show off some, like even like a medium range here. We're going to have a non-existent bats accuracy because we put all the range reducing attachments on here to increase our fire rate to the maximum, to put explosive rounds on there, to put that integral suppressor in there. This is not a weapon you're going to actually use in VATS, but some people like that thing. And obviously, it's going to be effective, right? When we get in here, like, you just shoot it. Like, there was like 5 people. I couldn't even track how many people it is. Obviously, because it's explosive, you could obviously hit yourself. And there's always the danger of that and stuff, though. But this is kind of its own unique little thing. Obviously, I can't show off every variant that I want to show off. I wish, you know, just sit here, make like an hour-long video of every cool fucking AKM that exists in this mod. Because there is a lot of cool ones you can make. Just creeping around here. Where'd the rest of the people go? They all just spawn back down in there? Wave 2? That's kind of how we go in here? Just gonna run around a little bit. Too get impatient to sneak walk around everywhere. Give me your stim packs, I guess. Where did the rest of the... We haven't beeped, right? No beep? Where'd the mans at? Did not spawn in because I was too close to them and now they spawned in if I go back? Like, I think I've done the full loop here. I'm just looking to see. You never know. You get a lot of mods that are added to level lists and then you're like, just kill some gunners and hope they have them? Hello, gunners? Where's the last of them at? You guys, you heard me ripping... Oh, there's someone right here. They're just sitting the whole time? That was the wave, though. So yeah, obviously the AKM complex is a wonderful mod. It comes usually with another gun. Is that the whole wave? I didn't hear the beep. Did I hear a beep? I can escape. Okay. Okay. I didn't hear the beep though. But yeah, so like normally the AKM complex comes with a different gun, but this is the AKM only version that has new sounds, and the sounds are wonderful on the unsuppressed version. The suppressed version sounds pretty much like a suppressed gun, but when you get like this RPK out here, just fucking clean. Like, it sounds nice, feels nice to shoot. The textures here are of extremely high quality. Obviously, you're paying the price for file size, but it is an extremely worthwhile submachine gun, sniper rifle, assault rifle, light machine gun, all-in-one kind of weapon mod situation there. So, if this is something you guys want to check out for yourselves, there'll be a link at the top of the description, so you can check out this one at the Bethesda.net page or on the Nexus Mod page if you're on PC. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video. That's whatever. Fuck you. But also, it's your business, man. You guys can also subscribe and then hit the bell, I guess. You know, whatever it is you're supposed to tell people to do as a YouTuber person, man. That's me, everybody YouTube. And haha. Anyway, you guys have a really good rest of your day or whatever it may be. And I'll see you in the next episode.